Yes, you are welcome to this course and you are welcome to this program, Child Psychology. We have break this program, this particular module, down to different topics. We shall start with the topic number 1 up to the last topic. We will put this file also into your course portal so that you can have it at the same time. So, Introduction to Child Psychology, Module 1, Topic 1. Introduction. You will be introduced briefly to the discipline of child psychology and to the theories and approaches that undermine the work of a child psychologist. We shall look at psychologists. What are they interested in? You will learn the understanding that the psychologists should understand the changes in children and the abilities over time. We shall learn about the physical growth of the children, the thinking faculty, the learning, the emotions, and the relationship, and many more. So those are the things that we are going to learn on this particular module. And also, psychologists work to describe how development is shaped through the internal and the external influence. We shall look at the role of the children's immediate environment and the role of culture. How does the environment influence the development of child? So we shall look more deeply on this in this introduction to child psychology. You will also learn about the role of the child psychologist in applied settings and how they work with other professionals to support the lives of the children and the young people. So those are the things that we are going to learn in this particular module. Then our learning outcome. At the end of this module, you should be able to have a studying. You should be able to understand. The discipline of child psychology as an area of study. So at the end of this course, you should be able to discuss the important questions that are central to child psychology. Are we together? At the end of this module, you should be able to understand how theories try to explain children's development. Then finally, at the end of this module, you should be able to understand how child psychologists work in different applied settings. So these are our objective on this particular module 1. Are we together? Good. So let's start. Let's take off today with what is child psychology. You have heard the word child psychology. You've decided to take this particular program. We have many programs, but you decided to take this program, which is child psychology. So if I ask you, what is the child psychology? So how the children's lives changing, and what role the child psychology have in supporting the children. The child psychology is a broad area, is a broad context. So it's covering a lot of area about the changes in the life of the child from the birth down to the childhood, down to the adolescent stage. So we shall look at this more in details, but we want to focus on what is child psychology. We are looking at the changes that occur during the birth of the child down to the childhood and the adolescent stage. So, because of the experience of the world, the role is played by biological changes within the individual. So, what we are trying to say is that the child psychologist, the focus on the growth or the development of a child. They do what? They focus on the growth and the development of a child. So child psychologists attempt to make sense of every aspect of child development, including how the children learn, think, interact, or respond emotionally to those around them, how those child make friends, how those child understand emotions, and how their own development personality or the temperament and skills. So these are the studies of a child. That's why we call them a child psychologist. So they have to make sense of every aspect of child development. Are we together? At the end of this program, as a child psychologist, you should be able to make sense of every aspect of child development, be it your own child or someone else. So what is child psychology? So we are still looking at what is child psychology. Children typically reach developmental milestones. This milestone reflect the ability, like walking, talking, they achieved by the most children at a similar age. So there are something called milestones as part of the areas of child development. We are going to talk about this more in details. And among other things, we are interested in trying to explain how children reach these milestones and how individual, social, and the cultural factors may influence how we develop. There's a time in life when a child is supposed to start walking or talking. So we want to look at how does individuals, the environment, the social, the cultural beliefs, factors can influence the growth or the development of a child. So this is where we stop on this particular topic. In our next topic, we shall be looking at the using of theories to understand the development of a child. So the activities number 1 that I expect you to do now is what do child psychologists do? Try to find out by yourself. Go and make a research online. What do child psychologists do? So this is where I will stop for this topic. I will see you again in the next topic. Thank you.